Let's first understand what are factors. Factors are exact divisors. When I say exact divisors, means when we divide, the remainder should be 0. Then a number will be the exact divisor of another number. For example, suppose we divide 18 by 3. Now we will get 3 6 are 18. So we will get the remainder 0. That means 3 is the exact divisor of 18. That means 18 is divisible by 3 exactly. Means exactly means the remainder is 0. Nothing is left out. So if I divide 18 by 4, so what will get? So 4 4s are 16 and the remainder comes 2. Here we see that we have a remainder. That means 4 is not exactly dividing 18. So 4 is not exactly dividing. So since it is not exactly dividing, 4 is not a factor of 18. But here 3 is exactly dividing 18. So we can say 3 is a factor of 18. So factors are exact divisors, and exact divisors means we have to get the remainder 0 on dividing a number by this factor. So if it is a factor, then it should divide it exactly. So this same logic we will follow for polynomials also. So let's take a polynomial p of x. Now let us divide it by x minus a. So when a polynomial is divided by x minus a, anyhow we will get a remainder. So how we will get it as a factor? Let's see here, the same logic will apply. Since on dividing 18 by 3 we are getting remainder as 0. Suppose here the remainder comes 0, then we can say x minus a is a factor of p of x. The same thing. Since here the remainder comes 0, we are saying it as 3 is a factor of 18. The same way here we will call x minus a is a factor of p of x. But every time we cannot use this long division method to get the remainder. And we have earlier studied how to get the remainder. We can get the remainder by the remainder theorem that we have studied earlier. Now what is a remainder theorem? Let's revise it once. So remainder theorem says that if p of x, a polynomial p of x, is divided by x minus a, then the remainder will be always p of a. Now what is this p of a? If this value, this a value, if I put it here, if this value a will put it here, then whatever the answer we get, that is the remainder. So this is the remainder theorem. So by this theorem we can find out the remainder directly without long division. So without long division we can find out the remainder. And if we know what is the remainder, then we can say what is whether it is a factor or not. So in this way we can find out whether a polynomial is a factor or not. So this can be represented as a factor theorem. It says that let p of x be a polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1 and a be a real number such that p of a is 0. Then x minus a will be a factor of p of x. Here p of a is nothing but the remainder. So conversely we can say that if x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a is 0. So this is the converse theorem. So if x minus a is a factor, then p of a is 0, and if p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor. So the factor theorem states that if p of x is divided by x minus a, and on dividing if I get the remainder as 0, then x minus a will be the factor of p of x. So that's the simple factor theorem. So how to get this remainder we have already known. So remainder is nothing but p of a. So we can state if P of A is equals to 0, then x minus A will be the factor of P of x. So if P of A is 0, then x minus A will be the factor of P of x. And in the reverse, if x minus A is the factor of P of x, then P of A will be 0. So that's the converse here. So if P of A is 0, then x minus A is a factor of P of x, and if x minus A is a factor of P of x, then P of A will be 0. So here the most important thing to remember is finding P of A. So finding P of A is nothing but, so the polynomial what you have got, in place of x you have to just put on A and find the value. If this value is 0, then we can say x minus A is a factor of P of x. Let's see this example. It's given, we have to show that x minus 3 is a factor of x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. So let's take first, let's take f of x is equals to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. Now to prove that x minus 3 is a factor of f of x. So for that, first we need is the remainder. So as we know, using factor theorem we will do it. So first we will find out f of A. So for that we need A. So how to get this A? So whatever is given here, the divisor, that is x minus 3. So x minus 3 we will take as 0. So this says that x minus 3 is 0 means x equals to 3. Now this value of x is 3. So here we can say this A is 3. So in place of x you will just put here 3. So f of 3. So that's the remainder. So f of 3 is equals to, so in place of x just you have to put here 3. So that becomes 3 cubed minus 6 into 3 squared plus 11 into 3 minus 6. So just what we have done, we have find the value of A here. How to find the value of A? Just put the divisor is equals to 0 and find the value of x here. So the same thing will be the value of A. So in place of x, just you have to put the value of A, that is 3. So f of 3 is, wherever x is there, you have just put 3. So first is 3 cubed. 3 cubed means 3 into 3 into 3. So that becomes 27 minus 6 into 3 squared. 3 squared is 9 plus 11 into 3 minus 6. So we get here 27 minus 6 nines are 54 plus 33 minus 6. So we will solve these integers. So first addition part, so 27 plus 33. Next all the subtraction part. So we get here 60 minus 60 and the answer is 0. So f of 3 is 0. So by the factor theorem we know, so factor theorem states that if f of A is 0, then x minus A is the factor of f of x. So same thing here. So we have got f of 3 is 0. Since f of 3 is 0, then we can say x minus 3 is a factor of f of x. And what is f of x? F of x is x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. So in this way we will use factor theorem to determine whether a given divisor is a factor of the given polynomial or not. Let's see another example. Here we have to show that x plus 5 is a factor of 3x to the power of 4 plus 17x cubed plus 9x squared minus 7x minus 10. So here first we will take the polynomial. Let us take p of x is equals to 3x to the power of 4 plus 17x cubed plus 9x squared minus 7x minus 10. So this is the polynomial that we have taken. We have taken it as p of x. We can take it as f of x also, the same thing. So we have given the name p of x. So here we have to find that x plus 5 is a factor of this polynomial. So for this, first let us find out the remainder. So the remainder whenever this polynomial is divided by x plus 5. So that is nothing but we have to find out p of a. So that's the remainder using remainder theorem. But here we know that we have to first find out this a. Now how to find this a? Just put the divisor is equals to 0. So x plus 5 is 0. So we will put x equals to minus 5 here. So the same thing we can find it out here. So in place of a, we will just put here minus 5. So this is the way we are finding this a. So after that, p of minus 5 we have to find out. Now let's see. So p of minus 5. So wherever x is there, we have to put minus 5. You can see here, we just replace x by minus 5. So wherever x is there, we will put minus 5. So 3 into minus 5 to the power of 4 plus 17 into minus 5 to the power of 3 plus 9 into minus 5 to the power of 2 minus 7 into minus 5 minus 10. So let's solve this. So that becomes 3 into minus 5 to the power of 4. So minus 5 into minus 5 into minus 5 into minus 5. So as the power of the negative terms is even, so answer will be always a positive one. So we'll get here plus, so 5 into 5, 25, 25 is a 125, 125 is a 625. Next, plus 17 into minus 5 whole cube. So minus 5 whole cube means minus 5 into minus 5 into minus 5. So we'll get minus 125. As the negative, the power is an odd one, so always the answer will be a negative one. Plus 9 into minus 5 into minus 5, which is plus 25. We have next minus into minus plus 7 into 5 minus 10. Let's complete the multiplications first. So 3 multiplied by 625. So we'll get 3 5s are 15, 5 1, 3 2s are 6, plus 1 7, and 3 6 are 18. So 17 into minus 125 we have to do it. So plus into minus is minus. Then 17 5s are 85. Then 8, 17 2s are 34, plus 8, 42. 17 1s are 17, plus 4, 21. Next, plus 9 into 25. So 25 9s are 225, plus 35 minus 10. So first we will do the addition part. 1875 plus 225 plus 35, and next the subtraction parts, minus 2125 minus 10. So let's solve it first. So 5 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5 15. We have 1 plus 7 8 plus 2 plus 10. So 10 plus 3 13, 3 1. 9 plus 2 11. Again 1. We have 2135 minus same sign. We'll put the same sign and add them. So we'll get here also 2135 and we get 0. So same thing using factor theorem. So whenever p of minus 5 is 0. So when p of minus 5 is 0, we can say x plus 5 is the factor of p of x. So remember, whenever you are having minus 5, our factor will be x plus 5. If it is, as we can see earlier, we have done one example in that we had x minus 3. So since x minus 3, here we will have 3. So here if it is 3, here we will have minus 3, and here if it has a negative 1, here we will have a positive 1. Now let's see this question. Find out whether 3x minus 2 is a factor of 3x cubed plus x squared minus 20x plus 12 or not. So you have to check whether it is a factor or not, and we know that it will become a factor only when the remainder comes 0. So you have to first find the remainder. So by remainder theorem, first we will find out the remainder here, and we know that the remainder, whenever p of x is divided by x minus a, the remainder is p of a. So here you have to find that a first. So for that, what we will do, whatever the divisor you are taking, so that is 3x minus 2, the divisor will take it as 0. From this we will find the value of x. So 3x minus 2 is 0, becomes 3x equals to minus 2 becomes 2 and x becomes 2 by 3. So this value we will put it here. So we get here p of 2 by 3. That means if I divide this p of x by 3x minus 2, the remainder will be always p of 2 by 3. So let's find it out first. So p of 2 by 3. So in place of x, just you have to put 2 by 3 in that polynomial. So polynomial is 3x cubed. So 3 into 2 by 3 cubed plus 2 by 3 squared minus 20 into 2 by 3 plus 12. Now let's see it. So this becomes 3 into 2 cubed by 3 cubed. 2 by 3 whole cubed. So it is 2 cubed 8. 3 cubed is 27 plus 2 squared by 3 squared becomes 4 by 9 minus 20 into 2 40 by 3 plus 12. So we can see here we can cancel 3 and 27. So we will get 8 by 9 plus 4 by 9 minus 40 by 3 plus 12 I can write as 12 by 1. So we will take out the LCM to solve this fractions. So the LCM becomes 9 because 9 is the multiple of 3. So the final the LCM is 9 only. So first thing, so 9 ones are 9, so 8 ones are 8, 9 ones are 9, so 4 ones are 4 minus 3 threes are 9, so 40 threes are 120. 3 threes are 9, so 40 threes are 120. After 12, 1 nines are 9, so 12 nines are 108. So let's solve this first. So all the additions, 8 plus 4 plus 108 minus 120 by 9. So here we get 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 108 we get 120 minus 120 by 9. The remainder is 0 by 9 and we get 0. So here we can see, we will use the factor theorem now. P of 2 by 3 is 0. Since P of 2 by 3 is 0, then we can say x minus 2 by 3. So x minus 2 by 3 is a factor of P of x. So instead of x minus 2 by 3, this can be written as 3x minus 2 is the factor of P of x. As we can see, this is the remainder. Remainder whenever we divide P of x by 3x minus 2. Now we have got the remainder as 0. So directly we can write 3x minus 2 is the factor of P of x. So let's take one more. So here you have to find out whether 3 minus 2x is a factor of 2x cubed minus 3x squared. So 9x squared plus x plus 10 or not. So to check whether it is a factor or not, first you have to find out whether the remainder is 0 or not. If the remainder is 0, then it will be a factor, or else it will be not a factor. So first we will find out the remainder. So for that, let us take f of x here. So f of x equals to 2x cubed minus 9x squared plus x plus 10. And we will find the remainder whenever this f of x is divided by 3 minus 2x. For that, what we will do? First we will take 3 minus 2x as 0. So that becomes minus 2x equals to minus 3. 3 will be shifted and it becomes x equals to minus 3. Minus 2 is multiplied, becomes divided. So we get a 3 by 2. So this value we will put it here. That means this is the remainder. So by remainder theorem we know it. So when we divide f of x by 3 minus 2x, the remainder is f of 3 by 2. So here you have to just check whether it comes 0 or not. So we will find out f of 3 by 2. That means wherever x is there, we have to replace it by 3 by 2. So what we get here? So 2 into x cubed. So 3 by 2 whole cubed minus 9 into 3 by 2 whole squared plus 3 by 2 plus 10. Now let's check it. So this becomes a 2 into 3 cubed by 2 cubed. 3 cubed is 27, 2 cubed is 8 minus 9 into 3 squared by 2 squared. 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4, plus 3 by 2 plus 10. Now let's simplify it. So 2 ones are 2 fours are. So we get 27 by 4 minus 9 nines are 81 by 4 plus 3 by 2, and 10 we can write it as 10 by 1. So let's solve the fractions. The LCM will come is 4 because 2 2s are 4 and 4 is the common multiple for both 4 and 2. So 4 ones are 4, so we'll put it only 27 minus 81 plus 2 2s are 4, so we get 3 2s are 6 plus 1 4s are 4, so 10 4s are 40. So let's check it. So we'll get 27 plus 6, 33 plus 40, that becomes 77. So 77 minus 81 will get minus 4 by 4. Now minus 4 by 4 is minus 1. So here we can see the remainder f of 3 by 2 is not equals to 0. So by factor theorem we can say now, since the remainder is not equals to 0, since the remainder is not equals to 0, 3 minus 2x is not a factor of f of x. So 3 minus 2x will be not a factor of f of x because f of 3 by 2 is not equals to 0. And what is f of 3 by 2? F of 3 by 2 is the remainder whenever we divide this polynomial by 3 minus 2x. In this way, we can find out the whether a given divisor or a given polynomial is a factor of another polynomial or not.